Hi, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be making a little jewelry dish or trinket tray with a cute 3D scene. I'm going to be using Sculpey clay. I used my clay roller to roll out some sheets of clay to cut out a circle for the dish. I also did a little experiment to see how much of these chalk pastels would be needed to color the clay. But spoiler, it's a lot. It's too much, so we'll just skip past that. Anyway, here's my base for the dish, and I'm just gonna bend the edges up and get it as smooth as I can. Now my plan for this dish is to make it more on the decorative side, but still functional. And I want to do a scene with a cat fishing on a boat. So I'm starting off with the boat. It looks a little weird right now, but it's gonna turn out good. I'm adding some lines to show the panels of wood. And I'm adding a little seat for our cat. And now I'm making the oars for the boat, which in hindsight I should have used toothpicks so that they would be perfectly straight, but this still turned out okay. I made it look like the paddle parts are under the water. Now I'm making the cat, and I'm starting with the body. Then I made the head, and I'm securing it to the body with a piece of armature wire. I like to use some clay like this to blend the body and the head together. Next, I'm making some tiny little arms, and I'm putting them into position to hold the fishing rod. Then I'm making the little legs in a seated position. And I'm making them off-centered a little so that it looks like he's turned to the side. Next, I blended the arms and legs in a little. And this will be his little tail. Then I made a snout and some ears. And I'm using a piece of metal wire through his booty to secure him to the boat. I'm using part of a toothpick for the fishing rod, and now I need to make a super tiny fish. I'm making some lily pads to add interest to the water. And for a final detail, I'm making a little bucket to go on the boat. So the sculpt is now complete, and I think it's looking pretty good so far. I'm gonna bake this for about 50 minutes, and I'm gonna take the tiger off and bake him separately on a bed of cornstarch because I don't want him to be attached to the boat yet. Now the clay is hard, and I painted it white to get a clean base to work with. So I'm gonna start on the boat. Now I'm gonna paint the water. I made a subtle gradient for the water, and now I'm painting the little bucket. Now I'm bringing out my new acrylic paint markers, and I'm going to use my favorite green for the lily pads. I'm going to use this lighter brown to add some detail to the boat. I also added some darker areas, and I think the boat is looking pretty good now. I added some detail to the lily pads, and I'm adding a little metallic detail to the bucket. Now we can start working on the cat, and I've already given him a little green fishing vest, and I decided I want to make this an orange and white cat. And I like to limit my color palettes, so the little fish is going to be orange as well. And this is about when I started to really not like this cat. It was just looking so plain and boring, and I really wanted something special for this piece. And as you probably already know from the thumbnail, this cat is going to be turned into a tiger. So I just grabbed some sandpaper to do a little plastic surgery to round out his pointy ears a little. Then I use a finer sandpaper after to make the surface nice and smooth. And to begin his transformation, I'm starting with his black ears. And I'm already loving this so much more. His little heart nose is so cute. He still needs his stripes though, so let's go ahead and do that. And I was looking at my camera and I accidentally marked on his head, but I actually just ended up keeping it because it blended in with the stripes anyway. And I'm so glad I made him a tiger. I love the detail, and he's gonna look great on his little boat. It might be a little hard for you guys to see, but I added some detail to the water to show some movement. And now we just need to finish his fishing pole. I colored it brown, and I'm using a lighter brown to make it a little more interesting. Now I'm ready to add resin. So here's my little resin station. I'm wearing gloves and my respirator mask, and I also have an exhaust fan above me. I reuse foil to protect my table, and I put it under my lamp to reflect the light. I used the brand Mr. Resin. and I keep some alcohol nearby for cleanup. Some of you may remember the bee and flower dish I did before, and that resin did not turn out good on it, but I think I've figured out a good technique that's been working for me, so I'm going to show you how I get my resin a lot smoother and better now. First, just take a close look at your piece for any dust or anything, and keep some components separated into the end so it's easier to apply the resin. I'm going to start with the bottom, and I'm only applying a thin layer for now. I always saw a lot of people who just use one thick layer of resin, but personally, that has always caused more bubbles and unevenness for me. Once it has an even thin coat, I inspect again for any dust or noticeable air bubbles to pick out one last time before I put it under my light for about 30 seconds. You want it to be hardened, but still a bit tacky, because that kind of helps the second layer stick to it and it makes it nice and even. For the second coat, you'll just repeat the process with a slightly thicker layer of resin and then cure it completely. So while that cures for a while, I'm just going to start on the tiger. And for pieces like these, I like to do them in sections. So first I'm going to hold on to his head and I'm going to apply the first coat of resin to the body and the pole. Then I'm going to hold him under the light for 30 seconds. And I did the same thing, applying the second layer off camera. And I fully cured it, so I'm gonna do the head now. And now that I finished the tiger and I fully cured him, we're gonna go back to the dish. And this is gonna be the same thing. I'm adding a thin layer first. Cured it for 30 seconds, applied the second layer, and then fully cured it. And here it is. The resin is so smooth and I think it looks great. And to attach the tiger to the boat, I just put a little resin under his butt and on the seat, and then I cured him into place. But there was just one thing bothering me. As much as I like the string and the fish being able to move around like this, I still want this piece to be functional and durable, and it just looked very easy to break or get tangled up in something. So I know not everyone will agree with this, but I did apply resin over the string to freeze it into place. And I think this will help improve the piece's durability. But anyway, here's the final reveal of this little tiger on the fishing trip. And I think this dish came out really great and I absolutely love him. And personally, he's probably one of my favorite things that I've ever made. Everything about it came out just how I wanted. And I was a little nervous about the resin part, but I'm glad my technique worked perfectly. And this dish is more decorative this time, but it still does have space for some jewelry or trinkets or whatever. And anyway, please let me know what you guys think in the comments. I love reading all you guys' comments. And this dish is actually going to be available for purchase on my Etsy shop, TheKutiesShop. So come check out my store if you're interested. My whole store is going to be updated with lots of products you guys have seen me make. So I'm really excited for you guys to see it. And that's going to be it for this video. And if you enjoyed, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And I hope I see you in my next video.